Brain drain from India is turning into America's gain. And yet, despite everything that legal Indian immigrants are bringing to the table all these years, they are still at the receiving end of racism and vile attacks. And must I add, lies also added to it. 2024 was a special year. So many Indian Americans making a mark in the top power corridors. The year of the presidential election season in the USA saw Democrats who were Indian Americans, Republicans who were Indian Americans, and apart from other professional contributors, all in many ways adding on to the American society and life. In the latest Donald Trump 2.0 administration, seems to be showing trust in individuals like Vivek Ramaswamy, Kash Patel, and the recent one, venture capitalist Sri Ram Krishnan as an AI advisor. Sri Ram was born and educated in Tamil Nadu, India, and went on to become the super famous Trump aide in an ambitious project of the administration. Somehow this has caught the ire of white Americans. Now, initially, I ignored the attacks on social media site X against Indian Americans. I thought this was the usual bickering and dismissed it even. But it's been a few days. It is still on, it's turning ugly, and it is full of lies. What has got some of them so agitated? Not the school shootings by teenagers killing even toddler students, or the influx of illegal immigrants from across the world, or those misusing the refugee status to eventually disturb law and order, or spread anti-America agendas on American soil. None of this includes Indian Americans as an ecosystem or a community. Or the drug-infested streets of San Francisco, or the violent agitations or the looting of influential stores, or anything that really concerns the safety and security of Americans. Those who are agitating on social media are angry only about why only Indian Americans who have entered legally by the H-1B visas and have assimilated, have worked long enough and hard enough in America, are allegedly taking over the jobs and supposedly their society. First, let's get some facts straight here. The H-1B visa system was started by the Bush administration in the year 1990. It was created by the Immigration Act, signed by George H.W. Bush on November 29th. It was a policy to benefit the American economy. And it was always about highly skilled foreign workers, which means from across the world. Why are then only Indians specifically racially being targeted, berated on social media, podcasts and television? I heard one panelist call Indians as rapists, shitters, applying cow dung on their face. What was he even saying and why? The ones who are actually working hard with discipline, with skills to help the American life eventually, are forced to face such hate. That makes me wonder, is there a bigger devious plan against it? Is there something else happening behind the curtains? Because why just Indian Americans and H-1B visas? Because if illegal immigration, for example, is an issue, I'm sure Indian Americans themselves will also support a crackdown on such incidents happening, because they would only also want vetted individuals to come into the United States of America. It's a policy issue that needs to be taken in consideration. Why are you targeting the Indian Americans? Indian American Congressman Sri Thanedar, talking about the rampant Hindu phobia amid this H-1B controversy that's carrying on, highlighted how racism is still alive and well in America and that people must stand up to it together. That's why he also introduced a bipartisan resolution condemning all Hindu phobia. In fact, I also appreciate how Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world presently, who also owns the social media site X where all this bawal is happening, and many others have jumped in to support Indian Americans, support the H-1B visa, which invites skilled workers, and thereby many are asking, why only Indian Americans? Do you know who Americans should be logically supporting? Indian Americans. And Indian Americans like Suchir Balaji, the 26-year-old young bright mind who was found dead, branded as suicide, but family alleges was a murder, only because he was trying to highlight concerns raised because of artificial intelligence, OpenAI and Microsoft. These are the kind of bright young Indian Americans you actually want, who can ensure a future with a safe and secure artificial intelligence or a technologically advanced future for the USA, but also to ensure concerns were taken care of. And yet, we have the hate coming in. Indian Americans have been called the model minority, rooted, hardworking, positive contributors in the USA. Touching upon the success of Indian Americans, Forbes magazine put out an article highlighting how Indians check all the boxes of model citizens, hardworking, contribute positively toward the society in the USA. Do you know that 1 in 5 doctors in the USA are of Indian origin? A report earlier this year by Remitly's Immigrant Healthcare Index revealed that of the 987,000 doctors living in the USA, 262,000 are immigrants, of which 52,400 are Indian doctors. They are saving the life of American people. And for these professionals, states like New Jersey, New York, and Florida are the top choice. Indian doctors are considered to be the finest, especially with the education and training they often get here in India, and then go on to either get higher education or eventually help American people to stay healthy and have a long life. In fact, on a side note, if I can add, India's healthcare is also considered extremely accessible, often affordable, and in time than in Western nations. And sadly, we are the ones losing some great doctors to America. We're talking about brain drain from India. But for a moment now, think about the reverse brain drain caused to the United States of America. What if, because of all this hate, Indian Americans actually decide to pack up their bags and leave? For starters, think about these 52,000 doctors that could also leave and create a void in American healthcare system. The Silicon Valley, where the best tech brains are. Washington, where the smart political advisors are. And the list goes on. The most highly educated racial or ethnic group in the USA are of Indian origin. Over 70% of Indian Americans aged 25 or above had a college degree as of 2010. They have the highest median household income, higher than all Asian American and American households, at about $88,000 is what we are told. The basic point that I'm trying to make here is that this racist section of America, and I hope it's very small, and right now active on social media for whatever reason, is targeting the very group that is helping the American nation, while of course they are building their life too. Is there more than what we see simply on the social media site X right now? Think about it.